I'm Melissa Otani Cole, and I'm going to give an overview over Ohio's Vocational Rehabilitation Program. We are an eligibility-based agency, so to start services with our agency, somebody would first want to apply for vocational services. There is an eligibility and order of selection process, and in order to determine services, we help develop a plan, and once somebody has obtained employment for at least 90 days, we are able to close the case successfully. We have what's called an Individualized Plan for Employment, an IPE, and this is the plan that lists the services for an individual to obtain employment. There is a vocational goal that is supported by a comprehensive assessment process. We utilize informed choice to select community rehabilitation program partners, and there is a negotiation of services and sharing of cost. An individual works with a vocational rehabilitation counselor, also known as a VRC, and the VRC's role is to help determine eligibility for VR services, help individuals gain insight into perceptions, potential barriers, and behaviors which could have vocational relevance. They help to create the Individualized Plan for Employment, the IPE, which outlines the person's goal and the services needed to obtain that goal. And it follows written agency policies and procedure. You may be working with a VRC. We also have staff that are contracted coordinators. We have employment first counselors, BSVI counselors who work with those with visual impairments, and RCDs who are counselors who work with the deaf or hard of hearing. Any of these counselors will do the vocational work. Our VRCs follow written agency policies and procedures, and regardless of whether you're working with a general vocational rehabilitation counselor, a contract coordinator, an employment first counselor, a counselor who works with those with visual impairments, or those who are deaf or hard of hearing, you will receive all the same services. The counselor will also coordinate goals and objectives to better align our IPE with an individual's ISP if they're working with a county board. They're going to offer information on accessing or arranging for transportation, provide assistance to help maintain employment, and coordinate with other agencies for extended services. And we will refer and authorize to providers for VR services and supports for an individual. To get more information about the services that we offer, you can go to our website at ood.ohio.gov. There we have a provider tab, and in that drop-down there is provider services and what we call the provider manual. This outlines the services that we are able to provide along with our fee schedule. So our provider manual and fee schedule, OOD utilizes this to inform rates for services that we provide. It informs providers and staff about the service expectation, fees and costs, and reporting requirements. And there is an updated version of this fee schedule. You would want to use the most updated version of this fee schedule for this information. An example of a service description is the job-related services, which is on the screen. And this provides an outline for each service, the approved rates for the service, the definition, any report requirements and report templates, and any technical guidance to help with the support of this service. Some potential transportation assistance that we offer at OOD is working with individuals who we can help provide transportation for an individual for vocational related services and or until their first paycheck. So public and or paratransit is something we can help with. This includes bus fare or fees, any travel training, or potentially cabbing. There's also options for individuals who use their own personal vehicle. We can sometimes help with a fuel card or mileage reimbursement, a temporary permit for tutoring, driver's assessment training, and or repairs or modifications, depending on what is least cost. We also have an employer innovation services unit that works on building business relations. Some of the things that they do is they have business relations specialists, and they work with employers as their primary point of contact. We also have talent sourcing coordinators, and they help with immediate access to the workforce. We have worksite accessibility specialists. They provide technical assistance to employers on accommodations and accessibility. We do recruitment and support for the incumbent workforce. We also provide no-cost training for employers on disability inclusion, etiquette, windmills, and we also offer peer-to-peer networking through Disability in Ohio. Along with this, we do job fairs and other hiring events for individuals with disabilities. To learn more about what OOD offers for employers and services to businesses, you can go to our website at ood.ohio.gov/employers/business-relations-team. Here you can find a menu of options that are available to businesses and employers.
Hello, this is Tom Hess with the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. I'm a project manager in community life engagement. I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities Community Life Engagement Project Manager team. We implement our services in a regional fashion. You'll see the map on the screen in front of you. We currently have 5 regional project managers. Kelly Shuck in the northwest part of the state, Britta Huff in the northeast, Kyle Corbin in the west central, Keith Banner in the southwest, and Tom Hess, myself, in the southeast region of the state. We will provide services and support across the state to help people live, work, and thrive in their homes and communities through state-of-the-art planning, innovative technology, and supporting and focusing on their skills and talents. You'll see the link on the slide to the website at www.ohioemploymentfirst.org. Our county boards of developmental disabilities are in all 88 counties across Ohio. They are a local government agency that fund and oversee services and support needed by people living with developmental disabilities to ensure they live happy, healthy, and fulfilling lives. The relationship between the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities and county boards is regulatory oversight and technical assistance. We provide the technical assistance to the local county boards and the regulatory oversight. There are also local funding options, including Medicaid waiver match dollars that are allocated based on assessed needs of the individual applying for services. Each county board does have a governing board composed of residents of the county. County boards have the local authority to assess for, plan, and purchase services to meet the unique needs of the individuals they support. Ultimately, the county board serves 2 primary local functions. 1 is determining eligibility, and 2 is providing case management services. More than 90,000 Ohioans access services across the state from their local county boards. They receive direct support professionals and provider agency services to help them support the life they want to live. So let's spend a few minutes talking about home and community-based services waiver funding. We've split this up into 3 separate buckets: day and employment services, transportation, and residential supports. Day and employment services is a pot of funds that's based on acuity, and the dollar amount is the same no matter what the waiver type. The second bucket, transportation, is a pot of funds that is based on assessed need, and the dollar amount is the same no matter what the waiver type. Bucket number 3, residential supports, is a pot of funds based on needs of the individual, and dollars vary based on the waiver type. There are certainly options to exceed budget limitations, and that is assessed based on need in each area. As it pertains to transportation, there is something called waiver non-medical transportation, or NMT, which is commonly referred to. NMT means transportation that is used by individuals enrolled in either an individual options, a level 1, or a self-empowered life waiver to get to and from a place of employment or access adult day, career planning, group employment support, individual employment supports, and/or vocational habilitation. Whenever possible, family, friends, and neighbors or community agencies provide transportation without charge shall be utilized. There are some changes coming to the NMT rule in February of 2020. Non-medical transportation can be used to get to and from internships and volunteer locations when no service is being provided in the location. Secondly, providers can bill for mileage when they take someone out during the day to connect with their community. Individual budgets have been increased for this purpose. Non-medical transportation can be provided in any size vehicle. To review the updated NMT rules, please go to www.dodd.ohio.gov. Spend a few minutes talking about a few other DD system transportation resources. Non-medical transportation used differently. Non-medical transportation can be used to support someone to ride public transportation, either through set routes or paratransit services. The authorization of these services is based on the needs of the individual. Homemaker personal care transportation, that's assistance from a residential provider to get someone to and from destinations in the community. You can also use local dollars. County boards at times utilize local dollars to meet the needs of individuals that are not enrolled on a Medicaid waiver. These dollars can be used in a variety of ways, and it's determined from county to county. We're going to take a few moments and talk about some of the concepts and important themes to keep in mind when you're developing your transportation resources team.